In life, the most meaningful relationships are the ones built on trust, authenticity, and genuine connection. Yet, so often we find ourselves caught up in playing games, seeking approval, or trying to be something we're not, all in an attempt to make a connection. But the truth is, lasting love and connection are not found through manipulation or pretenses. They're found in embracing who we truly are, being open and showing up authentically. In this speech, I'll explore key principles that will guide you toward building relationships based on self-worth, emotional connection, and mutual respect. By understanding the importance of being present, radiating confidence, and letting go of the games, you'll discover how to create the kind of bond that's grounded in love and truth. When you embrace your authentic self, you step into a space of true power and freedom. Often, we feel the pressure to meet external expectations, whether it's society's beauty standards, the idea of perfection in relationships, or what we think men are looking for. But when you shed these layers and begin to show up in the world as your true self, something incredible happens. You begin to attract the right people into your life, people who appreciate you for exactly who you are. Being authentic means you don't have to pretend to be someone you're not, and you don't have to hide parts of yourself in order to fit in or gain approval. It means showing the world your strengths and your flaws, your victories and your struggles, your light and your shadow, without fear of rejection. This is where your true beauty lies, not in what you think people want to see, but in the genuine expression of who you are. This kind of self-awareness is magnetic because it invites connection on a deeper, more real level. When you're authentic, you stop playing games and you stop overthinking every move. You let go of the pressure to appear perfect, and in doing so, you give permission to those around you to do the same. This creates an atmosphere of honesty and openness, where real emotional bonds can form. Men, just like anyone else, are drawn to authenticity because it's rare. In a world filled with facades and pretenses, it's refreshing to encounter someone who is unapologetically themselves. The vulnerability that comes with showing your true self is what truly captivates. It's not about being flawless or flawless looking. It's about being willing to be vulnerable and letting someone into your world. When you are authentic, you also show that you value yourself. You're not seeking validation from someone else because you already know your worth. This is incredibly empowering and attractive. A man who sees you standing confidently in your own skin knows that you are not desperate for approval, and that in itself makes you irresistible. Being authentic also means being honest with yourself about what you want and need from a relationship. It's about knowing your boundaries, your desires, and your non-negotiables. When you can communicate this clearly, you set the stage for a relationship built on respect and understanding. The right person will appreciate your honesty and your ability to be yourself without apology. But remember, embracing your authentic self also requires self-compassion. It's easy to criticize yourself and think you need to change in order to be loved. But true love begins within. When you truly accept and love yourself, you create a space for someone else to do the same. When you're comfortable in your own skin, you no longer feel the need to mold yourself into someone else's idea of who you should be. You are enough just as you are. Trust in your uniqueness and let it shine through in everything you do. There's an undeniable power in being real, and that power will resonate with the right person. When you embrace your authentic self, you give the world permission to do the same, and that is a love story worth having. Understanding your own worth is one of the most profound and empowering things you can do for yourself. It's the foundation on which everything in your life, your relationships, your career, your happiness can flourish. So often, we look outside of ourselves for validation, for signs that we're enough, for the external approval that tells us we matter. But true worth comes from within. It is not based on how others see us, nor is it measured by superficial standards. Your worth is intrinsic, And once you realize this, you begin to navigate life in a completely different way. When you understand your own worth, you stop seeking validation from others. You no longer need constant reassurance that you're worthy of love, success, or happiness. You already know you are. You've made peace with your flaws, your mistakes, and your past, recognizing that they are all part of your unique journey. You realize that perfection isn't necessary to be valuable. Your value comes from your authenticity, your growth, and When you truly understand your worth, you stop comparing yourself to others. The constant need to measure up or compete vanishes. You recognize that your journey is unique and you're on your own path. You no longer feel envious or threatened by others' success because you know that their achievements don't diminish your own potential. You realize there's more than enough success, love, and abundance to go around. There is no need for competition when you know that you are already worthy of all that you desire. The key to understanding your worth is to cultivate self-love. Self-love is not about being arrogant or narcissistic. It's about honoring yourself, recognizing your inherent value, and giving yourself the grace and compassion you deserve. It's about knowing that you are worthy of happiness, success, love, and respect simply because you exist. You have an inner light that no one can dim, and once you embrace that light, you begin to shine in ways you never thought possible. Understanding your worth is not a one-time realization. It's a daily practice. It's a constant reaffirmation of your value, especially when the world tries to tell you otherwise. When you make this understanding a core part of your being, it becomes impossible for anyone to take it away from you. You walk through life knowing that you are deserving of the very best and that no one can ever take that from you. Creating an emotional connection is one of the most powerful and intimate ways to build a meaningful relationship. It's not something that can be forced or rushed. It takes time, effort, and a willingness to be vulnerable and authentic. Emotional connection is about more than just sharing experiences or spending time together. It's about truly understanding each other on a deep, heartfelt level where both people feel seen, heard, and valued. At its core, an emotional connection is rooted in empathy. When you connect emotionally with someone, you're able to put yourself in their shoes and understand their feelings, thoughts, and needs. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say or do, but it does mean that you acknowledge and respect their feelings as valid and important. Empathy allows you to communicate on a level that transcends words. It creates a bond where two people can share their vulnerabilities without fear of judgment or rejection. This kind of openness fosters trust, which is the foundation of any strong emotional connection. One of the most important aspects of creating an emotional connection is active listening. It's easy to get caught up in our own thoughts or emotions, but truly listening to someone without interrupting, without preparing a response, creates a space where they can open up freely. It shows them that their voice matters and that you value what they have to say. In these moments, when you are fully present and engaged, the person feels heard in a way that makes them feel seen. They begin to trust you with more of themselves, and this trust deepens the emotional bond. Another key component of emotional connection is vulnerability. To truly connect with someone, you have to be willing to let your guard down and show them the real you. This doesn't mean revealing every secret or exposing all your weaknesses, but it does mean sharing your thoughts, feelings, and fears with openness. When you allow someone to see you at your most authentic, you give them permission to do the same. Vulnerability creates a safe space where both people can be honest without fear of rejection or criticism. It is in these moments of vulnerability that real emotional connections are made because it shows a willingness to trust and be trusted in return. It's also important to share experiences together, whether they're simple everyday moments or more significant life events. Shared experiences create common ground and foster a sense of togetherness. When you experience something with someone, especially something that evokes emotion, it can create a bond that lasts far beyond the moment. These shared experiences build a foundation of memories that both of you can look back on, knowing that you experienced them together. It's not about the size or significance of the experience, it's about the emotions it stirs up and the memories it creates. Whether it's laughing together over a silly moment or comforting each other during a difficult time, these shared emotional experiences strengthen the connection between you. Creating an emotional connection also requires being attentive to the needs of the other person. This means not only listening to what they say, but also paying attention to what they may not be saying. Emotional connections thrive when both people are tuned in to each other's needs, whether it's emotional support, understanding, or affection. You don't always have to have all the answers, but offering a shoulder to lean on, a word of encouragement, or simply being present in times when you radiate confidence and energy, you also create a sense of security within yourself. People are drawn to individuals who seem self-assured because they naturally exude a sense of trustworthiness and stability. When you trust in yourself and your decisions, you project this trust onto others. You become a reliable and grounded presence, someone others feel they can depend on, which strengthens relationships both personally and professionally. Confidence and energy also play a huge role in how you face challenges. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated when things don't go as planned. But when you have confidence, you approach obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow. You don't let setbacks define you or shake your sense of self. Instead, you face difficulties head-on with the belief you can overcome them. This resilience, combined with a positive energy, draws others to you because they see you as someone who can handle anything life throws your way, and they find inspiration in your strength and determination. Another key element of radiating confidence and energy is taking care of yourself. When you invest time in your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, you feel better about yourself. You feel stronger, more capable, and more centered. This sense of well-being radiates outward and contributes to the energy you give off to others. Whether it's engaging in self-care practices, setting healthy boundaries, or prioritizing your own growth, taking care of yourself is a fundamental part of maintaining a positive and confident energy. When you radiate confidence, you stop second-guessing yourself and start making decisions that align with your values and goals. You trust that you have the ability to make the right choices, and you stand by those choices with conviction. This decisiveness is a powerful aspect of confidence because it shows that you trust yourself to lead your own life without waiting for permission or approval from others. Confidence and energy are also rooted in a deep understanding of your own worth. When you know that you are enough, when you truly believe in your value, stop seeking external validation. You stop comparing yourself to others and start celebrating your own journey, knowing that you are on a path that is uniquely your own. This inner peace and self-assurance become the foundation for radiating energy that is uplifting, magnetic, and unstoppable. As you continue to cultivate confidence and energy, you'll notice a shift in the way people respond to you. They will be drawn to your positive energy, and they will recognize the strength in your presence. More opportunities will come your way because people are naturally attracted to individuals who exude self-assurance and radiate positivity. This doesn't mean you'll never experience challenges or setbacks, but it does mean that when you face them, you'll do so with the knowledge that you have the inner strength and energy to rise above them. The more you own your confidence and energy, the more you inspire others to do the same. And that is a powerful ripple effect that can transform not just your own life, but the lives of those around you. Being present in the moment is one of the most transformative practices you can adopt in your life. In a world full of distractions, constant notifications, and the pressures of multitasking, it's easy to become disconnected from the here and now. We often find ourselves thinking about the future or reflecting on the past, which takes us away from fully experiencing the richness of each moment. But when you choose to be present, You step into a space where everything slows down and you can engage deeply with life as it unfolds. Being present means fully immersing yourself in whatever you are doing without judgment or distraction. Whether you are having a conversation with someone, enjoying a meal, or simply taking a walk, being present allows you to experience the world around you in a more profound way. You listen attentively, notice the details, and connect to the sensations of the moment, whether that's the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of a loved one's voice, or the simple joy of breathing deeply. It's about surrendering to the now, allowing yourself to be with what is, without trying to change it or rush through it. One of the biggest obstacles to being present is our tendency to overthink or worry about the future. We often get caught up in our plans, goals, and fears of what might happen, and as a result, we miss out on the beauty and peace that exist right in front of us. When you focus on the present, you let go of the need to control everything and embrace life as it comes. This shift in mindset is incredibly freeing because it allows you to let go of anxiety and stress, knowing that you can only control what you do right now, not what's ahead or what's behind. Being present also involves letting go of past hurts or regrets. Many of us carry emotional baggage from previous experiences, whether it's a difficult relationship, a missed opportunity, or a mistake we've made. But when we hold on to the past, we prevent ourselves from fully experiencing the present. Every moment is an opportunity for growth, joy, and connection, but it's only available when we let go of the things that weigh us down. When you choose to be present, you acknowledge that the past doesn't define you and that you are free to create new experiences, learn from them, and move forward. Another key aspect of being present is mindfulness, the practice of paying attention to the present moment without attachment or distraction. This can be as simple as noticing your breath, observing the thoughts that come and go, or paying attention to your surroundings. Mindfulness encourages you to engage with the present moment without judgment, allowing yourself to simply observe without reacting. This helps you develop greater awareness and appreciation for the world around you. It also helps you gain more control over your thoughts and emotions as you learn to respond to situations with clarity instead of being swept away by automatic reactions. Being present also means showing up for the people in your life with undivided attention. In our busy world, it's easy to half listen or be distracted when we're spending time with others, whether it's looking at our phones or thinking about what we need to do next. But when you are present with someone, you give them the gift of your full attention. You listen with your heart and mind, connecting deeply with their words, their feelings, and their needs. This is how real connection is formed. When you're present in your relationships, you create a space of trust, understanding, and genuine intimacy. When you practice being present, you also become more attuned to your body and your emotions. Instead of rushing through life, you take the time to check in with yourself, to notice how you're feeling physically and emotionally. This deeper awareness allows you to take better care of yourself as you can identify when you need rest, nourishment, or emotional support. Being present means giving yourself the permission to slow down, breathe, and just be. You acknowledge your own needs and honor them, rather than pushing yourself to always be doing something or striving for the next thing. Being present also allows you to experience life with a sense of gratitude. When you stop and take in the beauty of the moment, you begin to notice the small things, the smile of a stranger, the sound of birds singing, the warmth of a hug. These are all gifts that often go unnoticed when we're caught up in the rush of life. But when you are present, you open yourself up to the richness of each moment, and with it, a deep sense of gratitude for the life you are living. It's this gratitude that fosters a greater sense of fulfillment and happiness as you learn to appreciate what you have rather than focusing on what you don't. Being present can also help you experience deeper joy. So often we look for happiness in the future, thinking that we will find it once we reach a certain goal or when circumstances improve. But the truth is, joy is found in the present moment. It's found in the simple act of being alive, in the connections we make with others, and in the small moments of beauty that fill our days. When you embrace the present, you open yourself to the possibility of joy that is always available to you, no matter where you are or what you are doing. Never playing games in relationships is one of the most important principles you can follow to create a healthy, authentic connection with another person. Games, whether emotional manipulation, playing hard to get, or using power dynamics to control situations, are destructive and ultimately undermine trust, respect, and mutual understanding. When you engage in games, you are not being true to yourself, and you certainly aren't being fair to the other person involved. The truth is, relationships thrive on honesty, transparency, and mutual respect. Games only add unnecessary complexity and can create confusion, hurt, and a lack of security in the relationship. One of the most common games people play is the hard-to-get approach. The idea is to act aloof or indifferent to create desire or attraction. While this might seem to work temporarily or in certain circumstances, it is a game that doesn't foster real connection. In fact, it often leaves the other person feeling unsure, frustrated, and emotionally distant. Rather than building a strong emotional bond, playing hard to get simply builds walls. If you want a genuine, lasting connection with someone, it's important to show up as your authentic self, expressing your feelings and intentions clearly. When you are honest about your emotions and desires, you allow space for real connection to flourish. Another common game is using silence or withdrawal as a form of punishment or control. This is often referred to as the silent treatment, and it's a manipulative tactic used to provoke guilt or make the other person chase after approval. While it might seem like a way to get someone to notice you or give you attention, it creates an unhealthy power dynamic where communication breaks down and emotional insecurity takes its place. Healthy relationships require open, honest, and direct communication, not avoidance or passive-aggressive tactics. When you express your feelings openly, you foster an environment where both people feel heard and understood, and you remove the need for manipulation altogether. Playing games can also manifest in being dishonest about your intentions or feelings. Some people might say what they think the other person wants to hear, rather than expressing their true feelings, in an attempt to gain favor or avoid conflict. This type of dishonesty only creates confusion and leads to misunderstandings down the line. If you are not honest about who you are or what you want, the foundation of the relationship will never be strong. True connection can only be built on truth, where both individuals feel comfortable sharing their desires, boundaries, and expectations without fear of judgment or rejection. The best relationships are those in which both people feel safe enough to be vulnerable and honest without resorting to games or manipulation. Another aspect of playing games is seeking to make the other person jealous in order to gauge their feelings or spark a reaction. Some people may intentionally flirt with others, post certain things on social media, or behave in a way that they know will provoke jealousy, thinking that it will show how much the other person cares. While this may seem like a way to get attention or to feel desired, it creates unnecessary tension and insecurity. It puts the focus on controlling the emotions and responses of another person rather than nurturing the connection between two people. Healthy relationships don't thrive on jealousy or insecurity. They thrive on trust, respect, and the freedom to be your true self without fear of manipulation or games. Playing games also often involves an unwillingness to express your needs or feelings directly. Instead of communicating openly about your needs, some people might drop hints, play coy, or wait for the other person to guess what they want. This can lead to frustration and confusion for both parties involved. People are not mind readers, And relying on indirect communication only leads to unmet expectations and disappointment. By being direct about your needs, desires, and feelings, you create a clearer path for understanding and connection. When you make it a habit to communicate openly, it fosters trust and clarity, allowing both people to feel supported and valued. When you stop playing games, you allow the relationship to grow in a healthy, organic way. You eliminate the unnecessary drama that comes with manipulation, insecurity, and dishonesty, and instead focus on creating a space where both people feel free to be themselves. Trust is the cornerstone of any strong relationship, and playing games erodes that trust over time. When both individuals are honest, respectful, and clear about their intentions, the relationship becomes a safe haven where both people can flourish. There's no guessing, no mind games, just mutual understanding and care for one another. In conclusion, embracing authenticity, understanding your worth, creating emotional connections, radiating confidence and energy, being present in the moment, and avoiding the trap of playing games are all crucial elements in building meaningful and lasting relationships. These principles guide you to form connections rooted in trust, respect, and genuine care. They encourage you to show up as your true self, to be vulnerable, and to prioritize communication that is clear and honest. When you choose to let go of manipulation, insecurity, and mind games, you make space for love, growth, and mutual understanding. Remember, real relationships are not about playing roles or meeting expectations. They are about being true, being present, and cultivating an environment where both people can thrive and feel deeply valued.